Welcome to Module 13, the Business Process Management Perspective, the final stop in our CBAP journey. By now, you've learned how strategy is defined, how architecture supports it, and how analysis connects the dots. But here's the truth. Even the best strategy means nothing if your processes can't bring it to life. That's where Business Process Management, or BPM, comes in. Think of BPM as the conductor of an orchestra. Your strategy writes the music, your business capabilities are the instruments, and BPM ensures every section plays in sync, consistently, efficiently, and beautifully. In this module, we'll explore how business analysts optimize processes, drive measurable performance, and create continuous improvement across the enterprise. Let's set the stage for what you'll achieve in this module. First, you'll understand what the BPM perspective really means, not just as a set of methods, but as a mindset for operational excellence. Then, we'll go through the process lifecycle, learning step by step how to analyze, model, design, implement, and measure business processes effectively. You'll also explore how to achieve performance excellence, using metrics and continuous improvement frameworks to make your results visible and sustainable. And finally, we'll dive into key BPM techniques like SIPOC, Lean, Six Sigma, process flow diagrams, and value stream analysis. These are the real tools used by analysts in top-performing organizations. By the end of this session, you will not only understand how processes run, you'll know how to transform them into engines of success. So, what is BPM really about? At its core, business process management is about helping organizations run better by systematically identifying, analyzing, designing, and improving the way work gets done. It's not just about efficiency, it's about consistency, scalability, and value. A well-managed process ensures that what works well in one part of the organization can be repeated everywhere else, without chaos or confusion. Now, where do business analysts fit in? We act as the facilitators of process change, the bridge between business objectives and operational execution. Our job is to make sure that every improvement aligns with what the business truly needs. We begin by understanding how the process works today, what we call the as-is state. Then, we design the to-be state, implement those improvements, measure their impact, and keep refining them as the business evolves. In other words, BPM isn't a one-time project. It's an ongoing rhythm of improvement. You analyze how things are working, design better ways to do them, put those ideas into action, measure how they perform, and then make them even better the next time around. That's the heartbeat of BPM. Continuous learning and continuous progress. Before you can improve a process, you need to understand it inside out, and that's where process modeling and analysis comes in. Think of it like a doctor diagnosing a patient before treatment. You're trying to uncover what's really happening beneath the surface. Start by clearly defining your process boundaries. Where does the process begin? Where does it end? What are its inputs and outputs? For example, in an order fulfillment process, does it start when the customer places an order or when the payment is confirmed? Those boundaries define your scope. Next, document every element of that process, the people, activities, decisions, and data flows involved. Map it all out using a process flow diagram. This makes hidden inefficiencies visible and gives everyone a common understanding of how work truly happens. Then, analyze performance, look for bottlenecks, redundancies, and any non-value-added activities that slow things down. The key outputs of this stage include as-is process models, gap analysis reports, and performance baselines. These become the foundation for redesigning how the process should work. In short, process modeling is about revealing the truth. It shows you not how people think the process works, but how it actually works. Once you understand how things work today, it's time to design how they should work tomorrow. That's the process design and implementation phase. The goal here is simple: engineer workflows that maximize value, eliminate waste, and enhance efficiency without compromising quality or compliance. Start by redesigning for optimal flow. Ask yourself, Where can steps be simplified or automated? Where are people waiting unnecessarily? How can we make this process faster, clearer, and more customer-focused? Then comes validation. Don't assume your new process will automatically work. Collaborate with stakeholders, IT teams, and process owners to test feasibility and refine details. It's far easier to adjust a design on paper than to fix a broken rollout later. Finally, move to implementation. Use pilot programs or phased rollouts. This helps minimize risk and gather real-world feedback. Support these changes with training, communication, and change management so adoption is smooth. Key deliverables include your 2B process model, implementation plan, and change documentation. And here's an important point. Successful design isn't just about what changes on paper, but what changes in people's behavior. That's where your communication and facilitation skills as a BA truly shine. Once changes are in place, how do we know they're actually working? That's where performance measurement comes in. You can think of this stage as holding up a mirror to your process. It reflects back the results of your improvements. We use key performance indicators, or KPIs, to evaluate success. These metrics provide objective evidence of whether your process is delivering value. For instance, cycle time tells you how long a process takes from start to finish. Lead time includes both action and waiting periods. Error rate shows how often things go wrong or require rework. Throughput tells you how much volume the process can handle efficiently. And customer satisfaction gives you a reality check on the user experience. But numbers alone aren't enough. Tools like the balanced scorecard help link operational metrics to strategic goals, ensuring what you're improving really matters to the business. Control charts and statistical process control are also powerful tools for monitoring variation over time. So remember, what gets measured gets improved. And consistent measurement keeps your processes healthy and accountable. One of the most powerful ideas in BPM is that improvement never ends. Even when a process is working well, it can always be made better, and that's where the principles of continuous improvement come in. Let's look at the three main philosophies that drive this mindset. First, lean methodology. Lean is all about removing waste, any activity that doesn't add value. It's focused on reducing waiting times, overproduction, and unnecessary steps, while maximizing customer value and minimizing effort. Next, Six Sigma. This approach brings precision through data. It's about reducing variation and improving quality by relying on facts, not assumptions. And finally, Kaizen. Kaizen means change for the better. It's a philosophy that encourages small, consistent improvements every day, from everyone, at every level. Together, these form the DMAIC framework: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. It's a structured way to keep organizations learning, adapting, and refining performance. Continuous improvement isn't a project, it's a habit, the habit of never settling for good enough. As a CBAP professional, mastering BPM means mastering its tools. Here's a quick tour of the essential techniques you'll use. Process flow diagrams give you a clear picture of how work actually moves through the organization. They show every activity, decision, and interaction, perfect for identifying pain points. SIPOC analysis zooms out to the big picture, capturing suppliers, inputs, process, outputs, and customers, so you understand the entire value chain at a glance. Lean principles help you spot waste and streamline steps for efficiency. Six Sigma DMAIC adds the statistical rigor to improve process quality and consistency. Value stream analysis separates what truly adds value from what doesn't, guiding your improvement priorities. And root cause analysis gets to the heart of problems, using tools like fishbone diagrams and the 5 whys. Together, these techniques give you a complete, structured toolkit to not only diagnose problems, but transform them into opportunities. Let's bring this to life with a real example. A large retail company was struggling with its online order fulfillment. Customers were frustrated, deliveries were taking 7 days, errors were frequent, and complaints had increased by nearly 40%. Here's how the business analyst led a BPM transformation. They began by mapping the as-is process, using SIPOC and flow diagrams to visualize every step, from order verification to shipping. This revealed excessive handoffs and multiple bottlenecks. Next, they analyzed the bottlenecks. They found that manual credit checks and poor system integration were causing huge delays. Then, they designed a new solution, applying lean principles to remove redundant steps and automate verification. Finally, they measured and optimized, using a KPI dashboard and continuous DMAIC cycles to refine the process further. The results were remarkable. Delivery times dropped by 30%, accuracy jumped to 95%, and the company saved over £2.40 million annually. That's the power of BPM, turning operational pain points into measurable performance wins. Now, let's summarize what great BPM looks like in practice. Engage early and often. Get your process owners, SMEs, and end users involved from day one. Their real-world insights make your analysis grounded and practical. Focus on value creation. Every process change should make life better for the customer or for the business. If it doesn't add value, it's not worth doing. Keep your documentation alive. Processes evolve, so your models and reports must evolve with them. Treat them as living assets, not one-time deliverables. Use automation wisely. Don't automate chaos. Fix and optimize the process first, then let technology make it faster. Balance quantitative and qualitative insights. Data tells you what's happening, but conversations tell you why. The best analysts combine both for a complete picture. Follow these principles, and you'll deliver BPM that not only improves processes, but strengthens the culture of continuous improvement across the organization. As we wrap up this final module, let's bring it all together. The BPM perspective is about mastering the full life cycle of process optimization, analyzing how work happens, designing better workflows, implementing change, measuring impact, and continuously improving performance. It's about strategic alignment, ensuring every process supports business goals and customer outcomes. It equips you with a comprehensive toolkit: Lean, Six Sigma, SIPOC, value stream analysis, and flow diagrams to drive measurable, data-backed improvement. And above all, it instills a mindset of performance excellence, where decisions are guided by evidence, collaboration, and continuous learning. So as you prepare for your CBAP certification, remember this: BPM isn't just a method, it's a mindset. It's the ability to turn analysis into action, and action into impact. That's what makes you not just a business analyst, but a true architect of business transformation. Congratulations, you've completed Module 13, the Business Process Management Perspective.